You may have seen it, you may have observed it, and you probably learned to love it, but turquoise has been back in trends for the last couple of years. And yes, turquoise is back into the spotlight, not just in fine jewelry, but also on the wrist, with vibrant stone and amazing watch dials taking over. But how did this ancient stone, revered for thousands of years, made its way into modern jewelry? First of all, you need to know that turquoise has recently experienced a resurgence in both watch and jewelry industries, becoming one of the most favorite hues and timeless appeal. For watches, turquoise has emerged as a bold statement choice for dials, adding a fresh and pop color that immediately stands out. Brands such as AP and the Royal Oak yellow gold with this very stunning nerved turquoise, but also Rolex with the oyster perpetual dial, but also Piaget and the Warhol or the Limelight, to name just a few, have incorporated turquoise dials into their collection. Obviously, the turquoise dial has been a notable example, just like the turquoise dial of Rolex, for example, striking turquoise that faces a contrast beautifully against the metal that has been chosen both for the case and the integrated bracelet most of the time. As it turns out, the use of turquoise in luxury watches is a departure from traditional neutral tones often seen, and it has captivating those seeking something vibrant, playful, but still opulent. Remember those mother of pearl dials that nobody can stand anymore. That's my personal statement. That aside, on the jewelry side of things, turquoise has always had a place in high jewelry. But now it's also being used in fine jewelry collections as well. From Van Cleef & Arpels or Cartier, turquoise that you may have spotted in beads or carved or in cabochons have been both being playful and luxurious, fitting into a variety of collections for all seasons. From statement necklaces to dainty earrings, turquoise is a hit and a bold statement. But just looking at some of the latest Messika high jewelry pieces, empowered by the iconic design move, you can spot some inlays of turquoise that are perfectly yet alternately adorning each of the dangling move. Now let's dig into the world of turquoise, as not all turquoise are created equal. One of the key distinctions is to understand the difference between natural turquoises and stabilized turquoise. For starters, natural turquoise is exactly as it is mined, pure, untreated, and represent only 5% of the turquoise that you see on the market. The porosity of the turquoise also adds to its delicacy, but natural turquoise may absorb oil, moisture, or any other substance which can cause the color to change over time, or the stone to even be a little damaged or chipped across the years. And what you can spot is some slight change in color, almost like a patina. This is probably why many of the turquoise stones that you see are stabilized. They tend to lack the purity and value of natural stones, which are highly sought after by collectors or purists. But bear in mind that stabilized turquoise means that they have been treated with a resin or any other stabilizer in order to enhance not only its durability, but also its color. While stabilized turquoise make the stone more wearable and affordable, purists often seek natural stones for their authenticity and value despite the potential but minor change. And just so it happens that some turquoise are more famous than others, a bit like the reputation of some emeralds can get or any other precious stones. Generally speaking, when you think about a turquoise, you imagine Native American jewelry, but we'll get into that later into a dedicated video. But besides the south and western part of the United States, Iran and China happen to be two popular regions to mine turquoise. The Sleeping Beauty mine in Arizona is famous for producing some of the purest sky blue turquoise without any matrix, making it highly desirable for both high jewelry and fine jewelry pieces that you probably have spotted into the 1916 jewelry case windows, such as Elizabeth Locke or even Marco Pacheco's pieces into his collections, which, by the way, some turquoise dealer, that specific turquoise, which happens to be perfect to some, have been nicknamed over time by some of the dealers as plastic blue. The Kingsman turquoise mine, also from Arizona, is known for its bright blue hues and bold matrix. Sonoma Gold, for example, like the necklace I'm currently wearing, is one of the 3 turquoise mines known for its green and golden hues within the stones. On another note, Iran has been a very notable source of turquoise because Persian turquoise has been mined for thousands of years. And the Persian turquoise is renowned for its deep, vibrant blue color, which you can also find in green colors, for example. And you have near to none an absence of veining, making it one of the most valuable varieties. Chinese turquoise, on the other hand, is also a significant player in the market, known for its range of colors from blue to green, often accompanied by striking black matrix patterns. That being said, turquoise is a relatively soft gemstone ranging between 5 and 6 on the Mohs hardness scale, which makes it prone to scratches and damage during both the cutting process or just regular wear. This softness is one of the reasons why turquoise has been historically used in its cabochon form, meaning that it's flat in the bottom and slightly dome or rounded on the top, where the stone is then polished but not faceted, so you don't have the angles that you may see in some of the gemstones, in order to reduce the risk of chipping or cracking. If you didn't know that, there are more than 60 varieties of turquoise, each with its distinct appearance and provenance, from matrix to copper, gold inserts, but also the spider web, the little dots, you name it. And if you one day have the chance to go to Tucson, Arizona by the month of February, you can learn and get a hold of a lot of those pieces and varieties. But ultimately, turquoise fragility and its susceptibility to wear make it a challenging material for jewelers. But it is this very vulnerability that adds to its allure and prestige. The rich history of turquoise, combined with its unique coloration and increasing demand in both the watch and jewelry industries, ensures that this stone remains a timeless favorite. On top of which, turquoise is considered to be the ultimate sacred stone and the birthstone for December, and that despite its delicate nature. Whether natural or stabilized, turquoise continues to captivate designers and collectors alike, proving that its vibrant beauty is well worth the effort required to work with it. And while high jewelry pieces typically showcase flawless, intense blue turquoise, fine jewelry brands have started, just like watch brands, to experiment with more varied hues, including greens and stones with matrix patterns and some impurities, catering to a wider audience. And on the watch side, as I just said, turquoise dial, generally speaking, have sought to become super sought after by collectors, regardless from the age, culture, or gender. And yes, if you're used to attend auction houses and you can spot beautiful vintage turquoise dial, just like Piaget vintage cuff or some of the Rolexes that you can find with those pop dials, well, now would be the time to either invest in it or start looking for modern ones.